Welcome.
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 We're live. We're live
Live.
again.
Live.
Golly, it's been a month or so, right? It's been a month.
Yeah. It's been a month, yeah.
Yeah.
And
So we're back, though.
we are back live and direct.
Animation Mentor.
Animation Mentor live stream on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and formerly known as Twitter, X platform. We're not on Instagram today, but we will be next time.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. It's okay. We got to.
It'll still spread out a little bit. People will see us no matter
They will.
what.
They definitely
But,
will.
I'm rocking my hoodie today.
Nice. I mean,
Got the shirt on underneath it.
man. I know you got that tat underneath that shirt.
Got the tattoo, so it's all like layers of, Animation Mentor. I didn't wear the hat. I was having a good hair day, so I figured I'd run with it.
Mine actually is in my heart.
Yeah, there you go.
I always have animation with me.
And we got Cameron in the background doing some stuff for us, huh?
Campton Brunch.
That's our guy. That's our guy. But yeah, I mean, shoot. Hey, Sajad, what's up?
Hey.
Oh, good to hear from you.
Hello to you.
Yes. Man, we're right in the mix here. We got, a week and some change till spring.
Crazy.
Right.
We just
It's
changed
absolutely
our
crazy.
clocks.
Yeah.
Most of you probably did too, depending on where you're at. There's a few places that don't do that. Lucky for them.
Yeah. Spring term right around the corner, man.
Abhilash, welcome. Welcome to you. Checking in on LinkedIn. Seen a lot of people checking in on LinkedIn. Love that.
Yeah.
That's where I hang out. I hang out on the streets of LinkedIn sometimes.
I like it, man.
Well, my name is Mars. In case you didn't notice there, I'm a student success coach here at Animation Mentor. That guy over there is my buddy Tim.
Hi.
Also a student success coach. What we do here at Animation Mentor is help students out with the admissions and registration process, tuition, payment plans, and we follow students all the way through to graduation. So
We do.
We're here to help you out throughout your process and your journey here at Animation Mentor. It's a lot of fun. We get to talk to students from all around the world.
Yep.
And we got a live stream today to answer questions about Animation Mentor. How does the school work? How do classes work? Any questions that you have, like I said, about registration, tuition, those sorts of things. Just to be clear, this isn't an animation, quote unquote, animation live stream. So we're not answering any technical questions about animation or anything like that. We leave that up to our mentors.
Yep.
But we are happy to chat with you. We've got a lot to talk about, but we're happy to answer questions too. So feel free to throw them in the chat. I'll pop them on the screen. We'll get to as many as we can. Sometimes there's a ton of questions. We're not able to get to all of them, but we certainly will try. So feel free to drop your questions into the chat. And we've got Cam here as well to kind of help us through that. And I like to start off with, where everyone's from. We've got people from all over the world checking in usually. So where are you guys from?
Well, I'm in Arkansas right now, formerly of California guy, right?
Arkansas.
That's where
How's
I'm
the
at.
weather over there? I heard some crazy weather's headed your way.
It's pretty nice today. It's supposed to get, it's windy, but it's nice.
Nice.
Yeah,
We're supposed to have
70s maybe.
oh wow, that's really nice.
Yeah.
I think we're supposed to hit over 60. So that's pretty nice.
That's good.
Up here in Northeast Ohio. Cool. Well, we've got a question already. Oh, here we got some things coming in. Jamaica, Spain.
Yeah, Peru.
Cam's in St. Louis, but soon headed back to Manitoba. We've got Chicago, Peru. Sweet.
Very good. Nice squad.
Here, let's pop this chat in so everyone can see what everyone is saying. I'm going to hide our logo so you can see the chats. Oh, Spain. Welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome. Got a question in from Tyra. Let's take a look at this one. Good afternoon. I'm a senior majoring in 2D animation. I'm struggling with finding an entry-level job in the animation industry. Do you guys give feedback on portfolios? Great question. Tim, you want to take that one?
Yeah, I mean, 2D, not so much, right? We do advanced placement for 3D, but you have to have a 3D reel. 2D animation, something we can look at it, not us, one of our mentors, but it is one of those things that, because we do focus mainly on 3D, you should have a 3D reel. Principles are principles, but we focus in on Maya stuff over here in Animation Mentor. But if you do want to apply for like our advanced placement for 3D, we could have one of our guys look at it, but they're going to base it off of, they're going to say
3D
probably need
work.
the Maya workshop more than anything.
Right.
Right.
Cool. And Kevin had a similar answer, and I think you kind of knocked out both of those.
Yeah. Thanks, Kevin.
Yeah, so mentorship, yeah, that's what we're all about here. Is Animation Mentor is an online college level animation school specializing in 3D character animation, and what we do is we help students prepare that is a demo reel for to be used to apply to hiring studios. That's exactly what we do here. So. Also, check out our website. There's lots of great information. If you haven't been to animationmentor.com, great place to check out for classes and things like that. Calliope. I like that name.
Oh. We do offer some good payment plans too. We got some new ones that are on there too.
You do, yeah. What payment do you guys offer for this mentorship? Because I'm passionate to do animation. That's huge. We need passionate people. Animators are passionate. This is something you got to really want to be able to spend a lot of time and dedication and to become an animator.
Yeah.
Payment types, we accept debit cards, credit cards. We do wire transfers, bank to bank transfers, things like that. And as Tim mentioned, we also have a variety of different payment plans: $625 a month, $500 a month, $333 a month for some of our main character animation courses.
Yeah, not for the workshops unless it's like the creatures workshops.
Right, correct. Cool.
Abhilash.
Oh, I jumped back to Kevin.
Oh yeah, but that's the same kind of thing, right? So Abhilash is asking some of that too. Maya
Perfect.
is our main software application we use for 3D programs for sure.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. For the 3D animation courses, it's going to be all Maya. 3D modeling will have Maya and both ZBrush, but our specialty is 3D character animation for sure.
Got it. Thanks, Cam, for doing that.
LinkedIn user. I love when they say that. What have you seen as far as juniors moving into the industry, especially within the last 6 months? Good question. Totally valid. If you're keeping up on animation news, you might have noticed there's a lot of things happening, a lot of rearranging and shifting that's going on in the industry. And hiring may not be super strong in the past 6 months, but what I've been telling students, and I know you have too, Tim, is now is a great time to study up, get your demo reel up to the next level, work on things that you need to focus on, or maybe you haven't had time in the past where things are busy. I think now is a really, really good time to focus in on that. Just because the industry's what I say is the job industry is kind of like the stock market, right? Up and down, ebbs and flows. And things are down a little bit. That doesn't mean freak out and sell all your stocks, right? It might be a good time to buy some stocks. When job markets are down a little bit, that's a great time to study up, focus
Sharpen
on
up
your
your
demo
skills.
reel, sharpen your skills. Absolutely.
Very cool. Good. Watched the Oscars the other night. Really cool. Some good. I mean, Barbie won a ton of awards. A lot of animation in that, by the way.
Yeah. Oppenheimer too. Got a
Yeah.
lot of awards on that one.
Yep.
And we saw a couple of pictures with some of our mentors in the audience. It was
We
kinda
did.
cool.
Jay was there.
Jay was sitting behind Bradley
yeah.
Cooper. It was pretty
Yeah, a
cool.
lot of action. That's good. What else we got? What other kind of questions we have here?
Yeah, what else? Guys, feel free to throw some questions. I'm seeing 63 people in here right now. It's a pretty
Not
good
bad.
number.
Yeah, if you're interested in starting classes, we do have classes starting as soon as March 25th, the week of March 25th,
Coming
provided
up
you have
real soon.
Maya skills, right? So that's our main animation courses starting then, along with our creatures workshops. Those are starting then. And all of our workshops are kicking off then too. So if you need to learn Maya, we're running our Maya workshop then, our storyboarding, 2D animation, pretty much everything. Previs is running. We got a lot of stuff running. So every single workshop that we've got, with the exception of Combat Strikes, is running that day.
Nice. Let's
Ian
see.
working in pipeline, switch to something artistic. Yeah, I mean, concept art, right? You can get into concept art, character design, If you want to get into the artistic side of things, that might not be a bad option. 3D modeling, right? If you know a little bit of Maya and ZBrush, maybe you can get into 3D modeling. That's, something that can be definitely artistic.
Got a good question here. And we've got a pretty good answer too.
We do.
So is AI now a barrier to work in animation studios? So great topic. I mean, we've been getting this, every month, that we do these live streams, and so it's a big topic. There's a lot to talk about there. In my personal opinion, I don't think it's going to be a barrier. I don't think that this is something that's going to, really. Let's see, I'm seeing some chats coming in here.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be something that's going to replace animators. This is going to be a tool, but this is something that we as Animation Mentor decided to really kind of get ahead of and really start to talk about. So let's start the conversation about AI plus animation and VFX and games. How is this going to affect the industry? And what we did is we've got some webinars planned, a series of webinars where we're inviting artists that are currently working in the industry, and to start having some healthy discussions about this. What's happening with AI? How is it changing the industry? What tools are being developed? How does Maya plus AI work? What kind of new plugins are available? Things like that. So we've got a webinar coming up. Let me see, Tim, if you want to chat a little bit more about it.
Yeah.
I'm going to see if I can pop.
It's coming up on March 21st with Alessandro Camparata, who is he worked in animation game studios, Sony Pictures, ImageWorks, Ubisoft, Riot Games. So this guy's been around, right? And so he's a graduate from Animation Mentor, and he's doing a free webinar coming up on March 21st at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So you can actually join this webinar absolutely for free. So if you're interested in checking that out, it's definitely something I'd highly recommend. Give you a lot of insight into navigating AI and animation, VFX, and games.
Awesome. I am going to put a QR code up on the screen. If you give me just a quick second here, I'll get this up for us to take a look at.
Julia, we're super excited to have you in summer. Cool. It'll be good. Cool. Yeah, postdoctorate in animation, I really can't. The industry is really so sucked in on looking at demo reels. So we're really kind of focused on helping students with demo reels. I don't have any recommendations for postdoctorate for that. I'm sorry. Cover letters are cool. Yeah, they'll help you for sure. Let's see. Yep. Competition is strong, Minerva. You are right. Yeah. Juniors, juniors having senior quality animation, it's kind of hard to do, right? You can get ahead, a leg up on it coming here, but it's going to be tough to have that kind of stuff. You just got to keep working on it, over and over and over again.
Cool. Let me get rid of this.
Your shot's never perfect, Minerva. You can only get it as good as you can get it, right?
All right. So we're talking about that webinar. Look at it. I just put this together. I'm going to hide the chat really quickly here, just so we can look at this. I'll pop the chat back in a second, but just put this together for us. Boom. How's that?
Oh,
How's that look?
Yeah. Tigran, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. How do you think the demo reel should be composed? Probably you need to have original works. There's different animations, right? And the timing and eating. Yeah, don't make a demo reel that's super long. I can tell you that. Don't make them drag through this whole thing to get to the very end. Put your good shot up front. I think, in my opinion, that's what I've seen and heard a lot of mentors say is, put your best stuff forward. Don't put it in the middle or at the very end, because you may bore them to the very end, right? So put your goodies at the very beginning and draw them in with that.
Draw them in, yeah. So in case you can't see right in front of us there's a QR code that I put there. Scan that code. If you want to join the free webinar, this is going to be an awesome talk, and this is going to be the beginning of a series of talks that we're going to be doing around AI in animation, VFX, and games. So really looking forward to this. I think it's going to be really, really awesome. Let's pop our chat back. And I'm going to hide that so we're not over your face there. Boom. Calliope was asking some good questions. I see you doing your moves, Tim.
Yeah, they're nice. They're not bad. Yeah, Calliope with that one right there. Does it take a while? I mean, it depends. I mean, some people can pop right into the industry quite quickly, out of school if they've got a killer demo reel, right? That's really what they're going to look at. Some folks, though, it takes them a little bit longer. So, if you're holding out for Disney or Pixar or DreamWorks, sure, it might take you a little bit longer, but don't sleep on some of these studios that you haven't heard about before in the past, right? So sometimes people get their start much faster in a smaller studio and then kind of work their way up. And so whether it be feature film animation like we see at the bigger studios, or the stuff they do at the smaller studios that are doing sort of like weekly series, right? Those types of short quick hitter animation shows. Don't forget about those studios. So if you want to get a bit of a faster start, don't get so caught up in working for the big name studios that everybody's familiar with. There's so many other little studios that support those bigger ones that are great places to work and kind of get your feet wet for sure.
That's great advice. This is a good question here. So Abhilash has got another one. Thanks for asking all these questions, by the way. What are the most important things to study in animation? Great question. So I think there's a couple of key areas that we focus in on our programs here. First being the 12 principles of animation. And even before that, learning the specific tools you need to know in Maya for animation. Maya can be very overwhelming because you can do 3D modeling and rigging and animation, lighting, visual effects, all these different things that can be quite overwhelming. So I think it's important to really focus on the tools that specifically you need for animation, then focus on the 12 principles, then you get into body mechanics and eventually acting. Half of our program, 50% of the program, or 9 months out of the 18-month program is all about acting. So you're going to learn quite a bit there. But I think those are really key areas that you should definitely be focusing on.
Yeah, good one. I like that. Hey, theory. How do you guys see foreign applicants, or does it matter at all? I'll tell you what, I would say that, the majority of Animation Mentor, or a US-based school, is made up of foreign students, right? Many. So it doesn't matter where you are from. We've got students that are from around the globe. And so we've got so many different time slots that you can choose from, that we have students from Japan attending, from India attending, from the US. I mean, all from where Reunion Island, if you're familiar, we've had students. I mean, there's just so many places that they come from. So animation is animation, right? Art is art. Doesn't matter where you come from. You could do this stuff, and with our platform, it makes it a lot easier because you can not only do this stuff remotely, but there's so many jobs out there that are now remote-based animation gigs that it just translates over really nicely into that as well.
Cool. Vidisha, we got a good question here. I'm a professor in the animation department, and can we have an online talk lecture with students of university? They can learn something from you. It's a great question. That's not something that we normally do. That's what our school's for. So students come here to learn. We don't usually go to other schools. Tim and I definitely have talked to other students, to other schools rather, with students to tell them about Animation Mentor. That's usually what we would do, but we don't have mentors actually providing animation instruction to other schools or universities.
Unless it was like a master class or something like that, right? That would be
right.
That would be kind of it, right?
We do that. That brings up a good point. Let's talk a little bit about animation training. That is something we certainly do. It's generally for studios, not usually schools. Studios with professional animators, but we do master classes, like you said, in particular areas. We do custom workshops, so some things that we're working on right now, and then we do also volume pricing for studios that have a handful of animators. Anywhere from 3 to 50 to 100 animators that are looking to take classes here. We've got some special programs for them as well.
Julia taking a gap year to attend some of our courses. Smart move. I dig it. Good for you. Yep.
Nice. Cool. Another one here. Minerva, what is the best skill to complement an animator? I was thinking rigging, or maybe Blender, Biped. I think if you want to diversify a little bit, I think it's important to kind of diversify what you're doing in terms of animation. So you could add another skill, or you can really kind of diversify what you're able to animate. Biped versus quadruped characters, adding some
Yeah.
creatures in there. I think creature animation is huge. That's something that Sean Kelly, one of our founders, originally mentioned. Get creatures on your demo reel. That really helps diversify and show that you can not only animate biped human-like characters, but dragons and monsters and all those sorts of things, cheetahs running, dogs jumping around. Those types of things really stand out to hiring studios.
Yep. Abhilash, yeah, we can, the syllabus to the courses here at Animation Mentor is kind of near and dear to our hearts.
And there's a lot of different classes too.
There's a lot of different classes. There's so many. So each class has its own syllabus. We wouldn't be able to release that information to you. As a student of Animation Mentor and a graduate of Animation Mentor, you have access to the student, the course syllabus for every course. So even if you graduated 5 years ago, you would still be able to have access to the syllabus so you can continually work on your skills. But yeah, we wouldn't be able to share it with you, unfortunately. I'm sorry, though. Appreciate you asking.
Yeah. And there are some course details. If you go to our website and look at the different workshops and courses, we do give an outline, a little bit of what's involved and taught in some of those courses. So definitely check that out as well.
Yeah. What else do we have?
Oh, yep. Look at Animation Mentor. Cam is on top of it.
He's on it. I love him.
Cool. Tim, you want to tell us a little bit about what's this whole application? Where it says we're accepting applications, but what the heck is it for? Is it for the Maya workshop or what is it?
Yeah, for the workshops, you don't need to apply, right?
Okay.
So those workshops, you can literally go onto the website and register, choose your workshop, your mentor and class schedule, and go ahead and register for your workshop, right? They all cost, they all have a fee to them, right? So that's the one thing for sure, right? Nothing's free, unfortunately, right? I wish the world had that, right?
Right.
But the actual 12-week animation courses that we offer, which is kind of like our main thing, right? Those you have to apply for. The application is really easy to do. You submit an application with the regular information, your name, your phone number, your address, your location. Then they also ask you to write an essay on why you want to become an animator. 2 paragraphs, 3 paragraphs, cool. If you want to write more, super cool. We love a good long essay. Don't give us the AI essays only because we like it to come from you, not from a computer, right? And why you want to become an animator. Tell us your story. Animation is all about storytelling. So give us your story and why you want to become an animator. Yeah. Also, part of that application has you listing what your Maya skills are. If you've never used Maya, mark none.
Yeah.
If your Maya skills are okay, put below average. If you're like the unicorn of Maya users and you think that you know it all on Maya, you mark excellent on there. That's the unicorn. It's hard to get.
It's pretty rare.
Right. So once you get your application submitted, it's a really easy process. The application part is free. So at the very end, the essay, Calliope, has to be 2 paragraphs, I would say. If you can get your story across in an essay, in a paragraph, fabulous. We love that too, right? Tell us why you want to become an animator, right? List your Maya skills, and then at the very end, you click submit. Mars and I get the applications every single day. We review them every single day. We decide who's going to get accepted or who might not get accepted. But regardless of that, if you don't get accepted, we send you an email on what we think you need to do to get yourself into a better position so that you could reapply at another date.
Yep.
Okay. Once you get your application in, cool. Now, if you've never used Maya before, but you want to start in spring, right? Don't take the spring 24 term of animation basics. I would recommend you apply for the summer term.
Yep.
It starts June 24th. That way you have 2 chances to take one of our Maya workshop, March 25th, which is the very next one, and then May the 8th. I know this is a crazy amount of dates to throw at you right now. You're never going to remember them all, but you can always go back to the stream later on, or you could just message Mars and I. He's going to give out all the contact information so that you could reach us at the very end of this thing. So don't worry about it. For dates and stuff, we got you.
Yep. Cool. That's a great overview. Thanks, Tim. Cool. Calliope had another 2D question here. Can you do 2D in this mentorship? So as mentioned, we specialize in 3D character animation. That's our heart and soul. But we do have a couple of 2D classes. They're workshops, not our main courses, if you will. These are kind of like appetizers. So yes. They'll give you a taste of 2D animation, not quite enough to really prepare you for a job in the industry as a 2D animator, but enough to get you started. Again, our heart and soul is 3D character animation. That's where we can take you the furthest. That's where we have the most courses, and we can really help prepare you for a job in the industry on the 3D side of things for sure. Yep.
Got some rock star 2D animators. Hey, I was just looking at that one.
Yeah. Krishnan, what are some common challenges you face as an animator, and how do you overcome them? Great question. That's a good one.
Yeah.
All kinds of different challenges I think that are faced. I think one of the ones that I see from students is and even graduates is getting maybe a little discouraged and down about things. Maybe they're stuck in a particular area. And I see students sometimes wanting to give up, and sometimes you and I, Tim, we're kind of like cheerleaders in a way. We want to, really encourage students to just keep going. I think that's just one of the ones where we see people run into some challenges and they kind of give up. And that's not that can be a difficult
I think
place.
also worrying about others, right?
Yeah,
Worry about
yeah.
others people's work.
Looking left
Like,
and right, versus
just,
focusing on their
look
own
at theirs.
work.
I can't. No. Don't focus on what you're doing, right?
Right.
Don't worry about, you can only control what you're doing. So you just do your best with that. And yeah, some people I've heard in the past, they imposter syndrome, right? And things like that, right? That they kind of deal with. These are challenges, man. We always talk about it. Animation's not easy. If it was easy, everybody'd be doing it. Who doesn't want to make cartoons for a living, right? So be prepared for that you're like, hey, this is not going to be a breeze.
Yeah. I like that one, Tim. I mention that one to students quite a bit. I'm like, don't measure yourself against others. If you want to measure, your progress, measure against yourself. How well did you know how to animate 3 months ago, 6 months ago? Look at your work now. How far have you come? That's a really good way to look at things.
Yep.
Somebody's saying hi to us, but I wish I knew who it was. Hi, Tim and Mars. How's it going? Who are you? We're doing good.
Somebody awful cool, I can tell you that. That's obvious. What else we got going? Oh, it's Adriano.
Oh,
Adriano, my man.
we got the inside information.
Yeah. So if you're new to these streams, what we have on here are new people that are chiming in here, but then there's so many people that are part of the Animation Mentor community, graduates, current students that are in this thread too. It's Adriano, man. Great student, right? Great community member too. So meaning he's always posting and adding comments to people's shots and stuff like that. And we love that. That's exactly what we're about.
Abhilash, keeping the questions coming. You are definitely, throwing the questions at us. We appreciate that. What software should a 3D animator pay the most attention to? So there's lots of different 3D animation software out there, but the industry standard and what we teach and use here is Maya. So definitely recommend that.
Very cool. Good. That's our one.
Cool. What time is? Oh wow, time is flying. We're up to 130 people checking us out right now. We're feeling popular right now.
Not too shabby, man. Not too shabby.
Well, we've got a few more minutes.
I'll be talking about all my plants back there, and they're like, "Oh my God, you got to tune in because
what is it?
Tim's growing vegetables on his Pac-Man game back there."
Oh, look at this!
Look at that guy. Look at that fella.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Rocking a Hawaiian shirt right there. Look at the hair. That's a great shot.
It is a good one.
I see where the guy's got it from.
Right. I'm gonna hide this chat for a moment, and I want to pop up a few more QR codes. So if you want to see a little bit more about how our online platform works, this is much more than just a Zoom class or something like that. If you want a little bit more of a behind the scenes look of how Animation Mentor works, we have an entire online campus, and this online campus is a living, breathing place for artists to get together, to share their work, to get feedback from professional animators from Pixar and DreamWorks and Disney, Industrial Light and Magic. Check out this online campus tour. My guy Tim here put this together. Not the one in the door back there.
Yeah, different one.
That's another Tim. The online campus tour here, Tim put together is awesome. It's a really great way to really kind of sneak a peek behind the curtain and see what Animation Mentor is all about, how things work, how students are interacting with one another. This is really, really cool. So check that out. Yeah. That's a free tour. It's a video. You can watch it, and you can hear the soothing sounds of Tim's voice throughout. If
you get tired of it, just go ahead and mute it. You
can also mute it. Also, if you're ready to apply, you can see that banner down at the bottom. We're accepting applications for the spring term. If you already have Maya experience, then apply for the spring term.
And the cool thing is that
also before you apply,
go ahead.
Again? I was just going to say, before you apply, also make sure you're aware of the tuition and stuff like that. That's an important part of this. These courses are paid courses as well, so you want to make sure that you have a good financial plan. If you don't have Maya experience yet, go ahead and apply for the summer term.
Also, if you're taking one of our workshops or character animation program, you don't have to pay for Maya. Maya is free when you attend
Maya's
Animation
free.
Mentor. Okay, hold on. That's a surprise look.
Cool. That's actually a pretty amazing value. I mean, last time I checked, it was over $5,000 for a 3-year
crazy.
subscription. It's professional software, so it's priced
enough.
professionally. I'm going to bring this QR code back up one more time. This is coming up March 25th.
Yeah, March
right?
21st.
Oh, 21st. I'm sorry. I had the date wrong. Couldn't quite read that. But if you're interested in hearing more or contributing to the conversation or asking questions about AI and as it relates to animation, visual effects, and games, we've got Alessandro Camporata joining us, and he's going to be leading the conversation around this. So this is the first of a series of free webinars that we're going to be doing coming up pretty soon.
It's a big deal.
What, 9 days? Yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun.
We got
Really looking
LinkedIn user
forward
right up there. Boom. Boom.
to it.
That's a great one. Look at that. Right? I mean, that's cool. Animating for 2 years, grown
Yeah,
immensely, great
that's
school for the newbies. Yeah, he's right. Newbies or people that have prior experience, which kind of goes back to the application part, right? So I should have mentioned that, right? If you already have experience in animation and you're like, well, I don't think I need to take this animation basics class. I think I'm, beyond that. Well, you can do that same application that I mentioned
Right.
before, except they'll give you an opportunity
Right.
to include a demo reel. You check the box that says advanced placement, copy and paste your demo reel in there. We send it over to one of our mentors for review. They'll look at your reel. They'll come back with feedback to let you know which place you're approved to start off with. But then you get a free demo reel review from somebody that, does this stuff, right? And so you'll get to find out exactly what they thought about your work, and that way you can figure out how to improve. And then they'll place you into the class that's going to help you with that.
Sweet. Advanced placement. Cool. Well, we have been hanging out with you guys for about 32 minutes. These are usually about 30 minutes. We really appreciate your time. It was great to hang out with all of you. Lots of ways to get a hold of us. So please follow us at Animation Mentor on all the social media channels, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, X, all of them. I think we're on TikTok as well. Are we on Snapchat?
Yeah. MySpace, Friendster. No?
Okay. Yeah, all those ones. You can call us or text us here, 877-426-3628. And our email address is admissions@animationmentor.com. That goes right to me and Tim directly.
That right?
It's
Yeah.
right there. Yeah, that looks right. So feel free to email us, and we check all the messages too, Facebook, Instagram, all those places, WhatsApp, and so on. So thank you guys so much. I hope you guys have a wonderful March, and we're going to see you again in April.
Yes.
Keep animating.
Bye, guys.
See ya.